You're looking at two sections of batteries out of a Chevy Volt sitting in the back of a Chevy Volt. That has really nothing to do with this, but what I do want to talk about is these are 48 volt configurations of lithium cobalt batteries. Now there's a guy on eBay that sells these and he sells them in different configurations. This happens to be 48 volts. And he also sells chargers that are tuned for these batteries. What I'm going to do is put these batteries in parallel, such as they are now, and I'm going to use them in my electric car, my CitiCar. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link up here. But it basically was a 48 volt electric car built in the 70s, and it used golf cart batteries. We're going to upgrade those batteries to lithium cobalt batteries using these packs out of a Chevy Volt. That's all pretty simple because the car, well, it's kind of designed to run on 48 volts. The problem is charging it and using today's methods to charge it. I would love to use my car at a public charge station. I have them in the town I live in, and I thought it'd be really cool if I could park there and charge my car. So the charger I bought happens to be a 110 or 220 volt charger. It auto senses. It's tuned for these batteries. It does have a 110 cord, but you can buy a 220 cord for this unit. It'll automatically flip over. Ironically, the volts coming out of a J1772 plug, a standard plug for most electric cars, is 220 volts. So if you could somehow negotiate with this guy, you should be able to run this charger and charge these batteries. That sounds great, and there's actually a really simple solution. There's a guy online from EV, I think it's Tucson EV. He sells different adapters like this. So what this is it takes the regular standard charge cord, the receptacle, and it gives you 220. Now, he doesn't normally sell this type of plug on here because I would consider this bad, because you could technically plug a 110 device into this and it's probably not going to go so well because this puts out 220 volts. The secret behind this is there is some circuitry in here that does the negotiation and kind of tricks the charger into thinking a vehicle is plugged into it. It says, hello, yes, I'm ready, charge, let's go. So at the house, I have a regular, charger like this. It's actually a charge point, as you can see. And what I would like to do is test this to see if indeed it's going to work with this charger. Theoretically, charger is 220 volts. It shouldn't be a problem. This will put out 220 volts. It's a little untraditional on these plugs, but you can actually order this with any receiving plug on it. And probably what I should have done was order this unit here instead of a 110, this style plug, and it would have been just a little bit better. But for today's purposes, this is going to work fine. So we're going to plug that in there. We're going to plug this in here. This is going to be turned on by the charge cord. We should get 220 volts. The charger should auto sense it and work perfectly fine. So let's test it out. So we're going to plug this in here like so. I heard the charge point kick on. I heard it click. I can hear the fan on my charger, and I can see that the lights are on and I am charging. So we're going to take a look at the charge point app here. See if we can pull it up on the phone. So charge plug. And you can see down here it is charging. Hopefully that's not too blurry. But at this point, we're charging these batteries. It senses it and it's working just fine. What we need to do next is test a public charger and see if it'll also trick a public charger into thinking that a car is plugged into it. That's the next test. We're at a public charge station and we are plugged in. The battery charger is charging. We are receiving a charge on our two batteries. And here is the charge station. It's pulling not a lot. It's actually pulling, 0.01 kilowatt hours, and that's because the batteries are almost topped off and the charger's tapering back. But it does work, and the proof of concept is we will be able to charge these batteries at a public charge station. Well, I think that concludes this video. We kind of have a proof of concept. We know what's going to work. I think this is going to work great. Comment down below if you have any ideas that, hey, it might be better, or another solution. I'm always interested in your guys' ideas, and more brains make for better projects, obviously. Don't forget to like and subscribe because we are going to put this in a little CitiCar, and I think it's just going to be a fun project to watch.